I thought I'd give you a very important update about a topic that very few people think about or even think is relevant, and that's to do with prions or CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. You probably have heard it in the form of mad cow disease. And your question would be, why am I talking about this now? And why am I concerned about it in relation to the spike protein? In order to understand that, you really need to join me at this event. Can spike protein trigger a mad cow disease mimic? It's coming up in a few days, and I'd encourage people to consider the importance of it, and I will tell you why. I've been following this space for about 4 years, and CJD is very uncommon. It's about 1 in a million across the world. But after having come across it myself, I realized that there is something that's not right. And I have sat on this topic for about 4 years. And what triggered me to speak about it now was the cases, three cases, two they've confirmed, one possible in Oregon, that occurred in the past few weeks over an 8 month period of time. And I knew straight away that this was important. And that's why I set up the presentation. In case you don't understand about prions, they are effectively what you could call a zombie kind of protein. And this is the important thing as to why I've gotten this presentation together, is that in effect, until you grasp how serious it is and how limited our treatment and diagnosis is for it, that's when you'll understand the importance of it. Now, when I when I speak about this now, there's another reason that I think is very important. And it's the fact that, coincidentally, in the past few days, on the Mail Online, this is now where a celebrity tribute roll out as Australian fashion designer Aurelio Costarella, who did the likes of Kate Blanchett and Jennifer Hawkins, dies at age 60 from a rare brain disease. And in fact, that rare brain disease in Perth was CJD, a rare and fatal condition leading to abnormal brain function. Necessarily, this is not necessarily as uncommon as people think. This is an important condition. And what's most interesting about that case is that his sister also died of CJD. I can't find the dates, however. I don't know if it's in the past 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. My suspicion it is in the past maybe 3 years. And if that's the case, it would suggest a genetic predisposition. However, that would be an absolute red flag that we need to look at. Here is the important thing about CJD. It presents very late. It takes a number of years before these zombie proteins get in the brain. But once it starts to show symptoms, you can have months up to a year to live, and there is nothing we can do. So it's a very aggressive form of dementia. Now, if this is connected with spike protein, we should all be concerned because it doesn't take long for 1 in a million to become 2 in a million, then 3 in a million, then 5 in a million, then 10 in a million. And the problem is because of how the disease presents, it is building up in the system for a number of years before presentation. And therefore, our only opportunity is to figure out whether or not it is occurring and to try and find strategies to mitigate it. That's why I'm doing this presentation. I think you need to be educated on it. I think certainly the research community should be focused on it. But as time will tell, as what has happened throughout the pandemic, there hasn't been a focus on those important things because there is a risk of challenging the narrative. I think at this point, we have to get beyond that. Let us just look at what are the real outcomes and try and find solutions for them. Because without answers in the next few weeks or months, this could be a disaster in years to come. You saw how aggressively they treated mad cow disease when it happened in the UK. They literally wiped out all the cows, stopped exporting to different parts of the world. We can't afford that kind of serious condition to evolve at this time. Look out, look in the description below. Join me as we continue this conversation and this research. Thank you.